What's up you guys, Sasha here. Today I want to talk about the 5 different types of online business that you can go and start right now, that you can go and start today, that can continue making you income from today for the next few months, for the next few years, for as long as you continue running that online business. And no, I am not going to tell you to become a social media influencer. I am not going to tell you to go and answer surveys. I am not going to go and tell you to invest in Bitcoin or get rich via some incredibly powerful get rich quick scheme. None of those things. 5 real genuine businesses that you can go and start. Wait for the end, because at the end I'm going to tell you something really interesting about these 5 different types of businesses and exactly how I think you should go about starting, which one I would go and start first, and how they might be correlated. Go and listen to the rest of the video first, and then we'll get to that bit. Let's get right into it. The number 1 type of business that we're going to start with is probably the most obvious. It is the one that I've talked about before in some of the videos that I've done. It is content marketing. Now, what is content marketing? Content marketing is producing content that is widely available to a large number of people through various distribution channels that enables you to go and provide information that may lead to companies or to people or to whoever is reading this content that you're providing to go and make informed choices about buying something, whether that's a product or a service. And essentially your content is providing the marketing for those products and services, and that's the primary way that you make money. So the simplest way is to go and talk about a few really basic examples. So if you have a website that is all about technology, let's say you focus on photo cameras, and you go and produce in-depth reviews where you go and compare one camera against another, you go and show the various different specs and how different types of pictures work and things you like about the camera, things you don't like about the camera. You go and produce a load of very high quality material, whether that's through writing on a blog that you own, whether that's through providing YouTube videos, whether that's through various social media, whatever it is that you're doing to engage with the various different types of audience that like to consume your information in these different ways. You're essentially giving them free information that might lead them to go and buy the camera that you're talking about, or the lens you're talking about, or whatever else that you're focusing on. And if they then like your information, they'll go and click on one of your affiliate links, they'll go to a company that is selling that camera, they'll go buy it. And then you, because you have provided that information and sent them to that particular company instead of one of the other ones you could have sent them to, you get your commission. And for some products, this commission can be quite substantial. You know, it depends on the industry. You can be earning as much as 4 or 5% on some of the technology sectors. If it's things like courses or software, you might be earning as much as 10 or 20% or even higher depending on the particular arrangement that you have. If you're talking about some more mass market products that are more widely available and people buy more of, you might be earning only 1 to 3% in your commission. It really does vary. Amazon have recently gone and reduced a bunch of different commission levels on a lot of their product ranges, and you will be earning probably in that spectrum for most of the stuff that you recommend on Amazon. So the primary way that you're going to be earning money with this is through affiliate sales. You're also probably going to be able to earn a bit of money through advertising. So whether that's sponsorships or whether that's advertising on your blog or any other form of advertising that you can fit in that doesn't detract from the primary objective of you marketing the products that you're selling. This is becoming a very popular way of earning money online. Certainly a lot of young people seem to all want to be influencers. They want to go and become influencers, to go and have huge followings. And the business model behind being one of these influencer types is basically content marketing. They go and take a picture with a particular product to go and put up on Instagram, and essentially they get paid for marketing that product through the content they put out that people like consuming. That is a content marketing type of business. I'm not saying that you should go and become a social media influencer and go and take pictures on an expensive jet or pictures in front of your Lambo that you've hired for the day, whatever it is. I'm not advocating that at all, but content marketing is a very broad niche, and it's certainly a very powerful one. If you make a name for yourself in a particular niche that you work in, you can make revenues for years and years and years in this space. And certainly this is a very proven business model. If you have an issue with one particular affiliate program, that they reduce the rates or they don't offer the same affiliate program anymore, you can go and sign up with another. If you don't like one product any longer for whatever reason and you like another one better, you can begin selling that one instead. This is the beauty of building a brand that is independent of these products. The brand, the primary brand that the readers or the viewers or the scrollers, whatever, interact with is you. They go and come to your particular website, they come to your particular YouTube channel, to your particular Instagram page to go and look at your content, and you are marketing these products through that. The second type of business that you can create online today that is very similar to the one I just talked about, but fundamentally very different as well, and that is creating something in the education or entertainment sector. So here you're basically creating content that people like to consume without the ultimate objective of converting those people into customers. You're not trying to sell them something. You're not trying to force them down a particular funnel, trying to sell them onto a course or upsell them onto a product or recommend things by trying to be very gray and uncertain about, are you actually marketing this, or are you actually liking this product? Do you like all the products that you market? Do you market all the products you like? There's a lot of gray areas in there. Here, if you're doing education or if you're doing entertainment, you don't really need to do any of that. So the big differences are you are targeting a much broader audience. So if you're creating general education material, you are probably targeting a considerably greater number of people who are not specifically looking for the one piece of material about that particular camera or that particular whatever it is that your niche is about. They're looking for more general content. So don't get too bogged down in the words. By education, I mean literally any information that people might be looking for that might go and help them to achieve things, to go and meet whatever goals, whatever it is they're looking for. So you might go and educate them on how to improve their garden. You might go and teach them how to make candles. You might go and be an origami master. Whatever it is that you want to do, there is probably a niche there for a bunch of people who are interested in learning stuff, who are interested in going and watching videos about a particular topic, but who maybe don't necessarily want to be sold. Maybe there isn't much that you can sell to them. You can probably bridge the two together, but it's certainly very difficult to be entertaining and educational at the same time as actually trying to market products. You can do it, and there's definitely some overlap between those two, but fundamentally satisfying a different objective. Certainly with entertainment, there is more of a difference. So you might be producing videos that people like because they're funny, videos that people like because they're just interesting to watch, because they're fundamentally entertained by the content. It might be even some form of a documentary or something that is more film-like, but they still like watching it, not because they need to find an answer, but because they just relax while watching it, or they like generally watching that particular type of content. They might enjoy reading general commentary or general thought pieces that you're putting together, or look at your Instagram photos because you're so incredibly creative, or whatever else, wherever else you're putting yourself out there. There's a much wider audience you can reach. But education, you can go more structured. You can go and create courses that you sell to people, whether they're on your own website or whether you're using Udemy or Skillshare or Coursera or any other of these online platforms. So you can either charge for this information directly by making people pay for access to the courses, or provide the courses for free and then make money on the advertising that you show while people are consuming the courses. Beware, the one big downside with the education segment right now is the huge volume of spam and the huge volume of gurus and various people who are pretending to provide educational courses, but actually are providing incredibly low value stuff for incredibly high prices. For every single good course out there, there's just so many that are completely worthless. Do your homework, make sure that you don't get in with the guru sphere of people pretending to know stuff, or people that pretend that they have really good intentions, but actually behind the scenes, they really just try to milk you for every dollar that you've got, upsell you onto more expensive courses, upsell you onto various other things. I have a whole video coming up where I talk specifically about that dodgy side of providing online courses. Watch out for that. That's probably going to be coming in about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm working on it right now. But the key message here is just don't get mixed in with that crowd. Now at number 3, I have something that is a little bit different to those first two, because it is not a passive form of income. It is exchanging time for money, but it is doing so online by providing a service or some form of consulting. So very often, whenever you look at particular industries growing, it is actually not the people who are actively engaged in the specific main point of the industry who make a lot of money. It is the people that sell them the tools and sell them the information that actually get rich. So often it's the people selling the picks to the gold diggers that are going up the mountain that make a lot of money, and actually the majority of the people going up with the pick that they've just spent all their money on don't make anything at all. So in some cases you might prefer to be the person who is not in the spotlight, who is at the bottom providing the services and tools that the other people then choose to use for their endeavors and pursuits. So the key here is to identify niches that are growing fast and are attracting a lot of people. So if we stick to the topic that we're talking about, which is making an online business, certainly there's a lot more demand in people trying to start up various forms of online businesses through doing blogs, through building their websites, through trying to sell things through their websites. And a lot of these people maybe have limited skills or limited knowledge or limited information in some parts of doing that they're prepared to outsource. So whether you want to go and provide writing services for these people, whether you're providing some kind of tech or IT setup or management services for these people, whether you're able to help with some of the editing required or some of the more specific skills in producing the type of content those people are producing, that might be an option that is good for you, because with that option, you get rewarded instantly. The beauty of this type of business is you get paid the moment you go and produce the work. You don't have to wait months for your post to rank, or for your YouTube channel to grow, or for whatever else that you're doing in the content space that generally takes a very long time. You can earn money here by just meeting the demand, by providing that supply. You can do that through platforms like Fiverr or through Upwork, where you can go and write exactly what your background is and what kind of skills you have and what you might be able to offer to the people willing to pay for it. You might go and do it direct. The best way I find is to actually identify the niches and the spaces where these people sit and where they discuss their issues, where they go and discuss how to improve. If you can get into those spaces and offer these services, say writing services or anything else like that, directly to the people who would be your customer, that tends to work absolutely the best. So if you can go and find some kind of Facebook group, forum, anything else, and infiltrate them and provide genuine help, be very, very useful on there, and then open up your services for whatever it is that you're doing as part of that process, you might find that a very successful business strategy. The fourth type of online business that you can set up, and I've seen people set up and do really well with, is by selling actual physical products. Now, this might seem like a really old school way of thinking, but actually there's a lot of value in there. And there's two broad categories of people. There's the first category who go and actually make the products and go and sell the products that they're making themselves. Now, the big thing to remember if you're going to go down this route and going to make stuff yourself is you have to pick things where there's a very high margin, because you're probably unlikely going to produce the quantity required if your margins are going to be relatively small. So things like artisan products, things like custom made things like furniture that is a bit different, things like custom made tables that you've made out of a slab of wood yourself with your own hands and filled it with colored resin, things like that can do really, really well. There's certainly markets already out there where you can go and sell these types of products. There's Etsy, there's eBay, there's lots of other more specialist markets out there as well. You can go and create your own website, and together with the content marketing piece that we mentioned earlier, if you can create some content around the type of product that you make, you can then go and make double revenue. You can make the revenue from the product by writing content about it and directing people from Google and from other sources towards buying that product. And you can also make money through advertising and other forms of online income, because you have that blog side to the business as well. The other side of the product business is a bit more murky. You might have heard of some of these forms. There's drop shipping, there's Amazon FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, where essentially rather than selling your own products, you create a platform where you go and sell other people's products on their behalf, or have some kind of hybrid system where you order items in bulk from a third-party supplier and go and sell them. In most cases, like say Amazon FBA, you don't ever actually see the products. The products get either directly shipped to the customers when they buy it, or they get shipped directly to Amazon warehouse, who then go and sell on your behalf. There's a lot of misinformation out there about this stuff. Don't get fooled by this. The vast majority of people who try to go and start up a business in this niche will lose money. This is a fact. This is a number that is provided very openly. You can go and do your own research if you want to. In fact, the amount of time and effort required to go and set something like this up is actually going to be so vast, and the vast majority of people would actually earn more money by spending that exact time doing a bare minimum wage job instead. So I would urge you, if you're going to go down that route, you really need to do your homework. You need to make sure that you know exactly how you're going to make money. You need to make sure that you have extremely robust legals in place. A lot of people find themselves designing and coming up with a new product that is then made by a Chinese factory, and suddenly just in a month or two, pretty much exactly the same product with a different logo on it, or maybe 10, can be found on Amazon next to the one that you are selling, and suddenly you're not selling any, but they are undercutting you on price, and there's a massive price war going on. Whatever it is just an incredibly competitive market. There's a lot of courses out there by people who will tell you that they know the secret sauce how to make this business work, that will sell you exactly how you need to go and set this up to make a lot of money. A lot of people have been found out for selling these courses without actually knowing what they're doing. There's actually a criminal investigation ongoing against a couple of people who've been doing this, so I would urge you to be extremely cautious if you're going to go down this road. It is actually an incredibly hard business to run. The fifth type of business that you can run online that can be hugely successful is to provide some kind of unique tools. So this is slightly different to the bit that I was talking about earlier, in that you're essentially selling an online tool that people can access and use for whatever purpose that they need. So for example, in particular niches, you might go and sell templates, whether they're say document templates like an Excel template, or some kind of template for how to make something that people can go and quickly download. It might be say for photo or video editing, some kind of presets that you've created. There's a million different online things that don't have to cost a lot of money. Typically, you're probably going to be selling them for, say, $50 and under, maybe up to $100 depending on what it is. And it's something that would save so much time and effort to the people buying that they consider it a really good exchange of value. It might be downloadable, it might be hosted on your website and people pay to have access to be able to create the account. It might be something that uses data from other sources and brings it all in. However you set it up, basically your entire income stream, if you're doing this type of business, is coming from the sales. So you create this product once, and the beauty of this type of business is that once you create this product and once you have the channels through which you sell it, so whether that's through content marketing, whether that's through various forms of paid advertising, you can then continue selling it for a long period of time because this product is yours and nobody can take it away from you. It is very, very scalable, and the beauty here is that because the margins are usually very, very high, so because it's an online tool or service, typically you're going to be talking about margins that are almost the entire amount of revenue minus some kind of fixed operating costs. So if you're able to go and identify the audience that is interested in that particular service or that particular online tool, and you can then go and target them on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever it is that you can go and pay for this advertising, and you make more money than you actually spend on the adverts, you can continue making that revenue stream for quite a long time. You're not reliant on traffic from Google. You're not reliant on building a long-term program for scaling your traffic. You can go and get access to the types of customers that you want very, very quickly. And now let's get to the bit that I mentioned right at the beginning. If I was going to start an online business, which one of these 5 different options would I pick and why? And the answer is, I'll pick all 5, but I'll do them in a very specific order. Let me explain. First, I'll create an online information resource for people where I am educating them about a topic that I know something about. Let's say finance. I'll go and create a website where I go and provide information as quickly as possible. I'll go write a bunch of posts where I go and teach people about various topics. I'll go and create a YouTube channel. I'll go and explain various concepts. I'll go and educate people on things that I know something about from working in the industry for long enough. And hopefully before long, I'll have a little bit of an audience built up. Then where it makes sense, without actually detracting from the education piece, without trying to sell people onto stuff, without trying to sell them some kind of midnight snake oil or whatever it is, I am able to then go and do a little bit of affiliate. So I can go and recommend them services that I'm actually making content about, that I generally use myself, that I like and believe in. And if the person then goes and chooses to go and sign up for that service, I might get some kind of referral fee or an affiliate fee or whatever else it is. Now in the UK, there's certain regulations about advertising and how you do it and what permissions you need to go and advertise certain things versus other things. And it's really important that you go and do your research, because in different industries, this can work very differently. In financial services, certainly there's some really big restrictions around what you can and can't advertise. You might have to go and register with the FCA if you wanted to go and talk about credit products and actually recommend credit products in the future. There's a lot of other restrictions around how you go and advertise investment products or anything else like that. So whatever industry you go into, make sure you're on top of exactly how you're going to be doing it, because it's really important. So beyond that, once you actually get to the next stage and your business is growing, you can then go and begin selling actual products. So a lot of people go down this route and begin selling merchandise, whether that's some kind of branded products or whether that's specific tools they've created. There's lots of people out there that go and create a very particular product that addresses a very particular need that goes together with the information they provide and the education that they provide and is built on top of that. And then you can go and sell it as well as doing the first 2 items. Next, you can go and create a course. You can go and teach people how to go and do whatever it is that you are educating them about already, whether that course provides a more structure or a more in-depth way of learning about it, whatever it is that you go and choose to do with that course, whether you're going and putting it out for free and making money through advertising, whether you're going to choose to go and make it paid because of the amount of time and effort it took you to go and produce it. However you end up doing it, that's usually the natural next step. And then you might go and create some tools and online services and things that people can go and access, whether they're part of your course, let's say you're doing some kind of subscription, or whether they're just bolts on that some people can go and choose to use or not use. There might be small, relatively inexpensive bits, but on top of the revenues they're already making, that might be a nice little incremental bonus. Last, once you've done all of those steps, you might go and begin consulting people for high hourly rates. You might go and teach people how to do the thing that you've just done, how to actually go and build the type of business that you've done, or consult people who are trying to get better at the thing that you're already teaching them about, but want that personal touch, want to actually speak to you one-on-one instead of accessing your course that you've created in advance. Whatever it is, you can go and add the consulting arm to it at the end if you really want to. So what I'm really saying is that although these online business ideas are quite different and some people go and pursue just one of them for a long time, there's nothing stopping you going creating an online business that encompasses all of this thinking together. The key thing here is to not try to go and do all of it at the same time, because that is the surest way to fail. Make sure you go and find the thing that you want to do first, that you can sustain doing for a long period of time, that you can sustain doing for long enough for it to actually make you the right amount of revenue for it to be worthwhile. Make sure you have a firm plan, make sure you know exactly how you're going to be able to fund yourself while you're doing it, because believe me, it will take far longer than you think. It will take a lot more effort than you think, and you will have a lot of ups and downs in the process, so you need to make sure that you're ready for that. But if you do go down there, building your own online business can be incredibly rewarding. It can be so powerful because it can give you the time that you need, it can create the flexibility that a lot of people crave, and it can actually generate a lot more money than some people will ever be able to earn working in a job. I hope you guys found this useful. If you have, please make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It is so important for this video to do well, for me to be able to reach more people more quickly, for me to be able to continue doing this so that my channel can grow. Please go and smash that like button, turn it blue if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate it. All of my content is about this kind of stuff that I'm just talking about right now. I'm talking about personal finance, I'm talking about how to make money online, how to make more of the money that you do make. I'm talking about the general economics out there and how you can make the most out of the situation that we're in. If you're interested in stuff about all of those topics, if you're interested in listening to what I've got to say, make sure you go and subscribe to this channel. That is exactly what I'm going to be covering on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Make sure you hit the bell next to the subscribe button to get notifications, otherwise you might just miss some of my videos if the YouTube algorithm chooses not to show them to you despite you being subscribed. Hit the bell so you don't miss absolutely anything, and I'll see you guys later.